Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law he hideth his sunrise and sundown. Him a go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in the season. Him leaf never a go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now there, so them there like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go stand upon judgment of the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous and the way of the sin among them always and always. I will perish. Let our people, the people of the Most High God, say, Jah! Kadama we groma beya te lo e. Where twos and threes meet in the name of the Most High Jah. And that's so Jah there. If Jah never watch upon your house, the watchman will go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. Bolisa. I don't know what it was sick player for. I've been heavy. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, aromas, and flavors. Put aside all their differences, relegated to the background for good, relocating into the black pot to be subjected to some amount of heating. They produce food. Ironically, they do not even partake in the eating of the food, the ingredients and the black pot. It is us, the eaters. Yet every time, the ingredients and the black pot would collaborate and corroborate so that food will be made for us and not them. This is a lesson of selflessness. How many of us believe that it's just by our hard work we have been able to achieve it all? And therefore, no other person is deserving of coming around our booty. How many of us believe that we have it all, let's finish it all. After all, tomorrow shall take care of itself. How many people are not generational thinkers? They don't care about what will happen tomorrow. It's all about today, and we must enjoy today. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. And here, we do not criticize. If we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. That is the only condition. Number two, here we do not talk religion. Neither do we talk about sports. We don't do politics. It's all about patriotism. It's rewiring the mindset of our people. Now, if the average African's mindset is rewired, 99% of Africans' problems would be solved. Remember at independence, Kwame Nkrumah told us, now that you have your independence, it's time to change your attitudes. Attitudinal change is equivalent to rewiring the mindset. My brother, my sister, our nation is going down because we have a very poor mindset. Yesterday, I drove with my little son in town, and I said, observe how the people drive, and you will see their mentality. You see somebody is driving very slowly. Just as you're about to overtake the person, he powers up. We are not going to the same place. Why are you in a hurry to compete and run a race with me? Same way when you are driving on the streets of Accra, you will see things that will shock you. Once the traffic light is not working, it's like animals have been unleashed from the zoo. Horns are blaring all over the place. Pee, 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 pee. One man could have just waited for 2 seconds so that traffic would move smoothly. But no, nobody is ready to do that. Everybody is in a hurry to crash. That is what is happening in our nation. Until somebody holds a long stick to whip us, we don't behave. We are like animals. And it's unfortunate. Things have to change. When I'm driving on the street, it doesn't matter who I am driving with. I tell them, observe the way these people drive. When you go to America, it's different the way the people drive, the mindset. When you go to China, it's different the way people drive. On the roads in Ghana, my brother, you have to beg people for your own right to give you the chance to just pass. When naturally, You are supposed to go because it's your right. But no, when you go to our offices, work that we pay these guys to do for us, we still have to go and beg them, sometimes even bribe them before they do what they are paid to do. Look at what the police does. The police is paid for doing the work on the street, yet the police will still come on the street and exact punishment on us by taking money to do the same work we have paid them to do. My brother, my sister, by the way the people drive in a country, you are able to tell their mindsets. And most of the time, I just walk on the streets and watch our people driving, and I feel very sad. Again, when you are flying outside Ghana, observe the way the flights land and the way they take off. And if you are in the flight, sitting in the plane, you would even see more. If people are flying from Ghana to America, watch how there is so much decorum. They are tired of their country, most of them, so they are flying out, and it looks like they have to put up their best behavior, or else the white man will reject them and ask them to return to their countries. So they behave very well. No matter how well behaved they are, all the years they live in the white man's land, when they are returning into the country, watch the planes that arrive in Ghana from the white man's land. Look at our own people in the plane. It looks like they have sparked them again with their bad behavior, and people start misbehaving on the planes again. How many people have observed that? Go and sit in Delta. Watch how they take people from Ghana to America. There's so much decorum. Everybody behaves like a human being. But watch them bring people from America, Ghanaians from America coming back to Ghana. And watch what happens in the plane. So most of the time, they keep the plane so dirty. So what Delta people and some other aeroplane owners, flight owners will do is to give them the rickety planes, the bad ones, the dirty ones. After all, they are dirty people. My brother, the way you carry yourself is how a man is going to treat you. If you decide to dress so haggardly, they will give you garbage. No matter how poor you are, the poor clothes you have, just clean them good. Give them a good shine and wear them. It's better than somebody who wears brand new things, yet he's so dirty. My brother, my sister, today it's been put into my heart to deliver this to you. And I need us to change our attitudes, brethren. It doesn't matter whether you are Muslim or Christian, Hindu or Buddhist. The most important thing is that you are a human being. You are a human being first before religion. My brother, my sister, we have to change our attitudes. We have to look at our nation first. We have to look at our continent first. It's because we put self-interest first. That is why our nation is dwindling. It's because we have refused to use our common sense, but rely on spirits to think for us. The whole country has been turned into a spirit world. Everybody is sleeping and lazying up, waiting for some spirit to bring us food. How do you expect that you will not go to farm and plant maize and cassava? You expect a certain spirit from nowhere to go and plant the cassava for you. You go to write your examination instead of studying hard so you can use your brains to help your nation. You are employing a certain spirit to go and write your examination for you. Now, when it comes to delivering for your nation, you have no option but to wait for the same non-existent spirit to come and move the country forward. That is why the president would tell you that the battle is the Lord's, yet his people are stealing night and day. He himself, my brother, my sister, is supervising over corruption. Where are the spirits? Where is the battle that is the Lord's? They use their religion to fanfool us. They use their religion to push us into doldrums so that they can have their field day. I'll tell you a short story, brethren. I remember when I was a student at TI Ahmadi Secondary School. I remember from 2. When we vacated school, my father called and said, I need you to come over to the capital, Accra. Do not go to the north. Come over. I need to introduce you to a few people. He was a proud man. He was so proud of me. So when we vacated school, I sat down in a bus and I was ready to come to Accra from Kumasi. The driver just came into the car. You know what he did? He said, let us pray. I am the driver, but Jesus Christ is the driver. In fact, don't worry about anything in this car. Whether the tires are old or not, Jesus Christ is the tire. Whether there's petrol in this car or not, Jesus Christ is petrol. Look, whether I have a license or not, don't think about it. Jesus Christ is the license. Whether I am speeding or moving slowly, you shall arrive because Jesus Christ is the one driving. My God. When he finished praying with us, in those days, you would have to spark the car and leave the car for 10 minutes. He turned round and went to the next blue kiosk and drank appetition, which was for Jesus Christ. Came and sat in the car. I saw him as a little child. From 2. Watched him closely. He poured that thing into his mouth. Come fast! And came and sat. I had never seen a man run a car like that man. Speed as he was flying a plane. And everybody in the car was quiet. You know why? Because he had already told them that it was Jesus Christ driving the car. Whoever would oppose him would be opposing Jesus Christ. How many of us have been fan-fooled in that kind of atmosphere, like Nana Addo fan-fooled us by telling that the battle is the Lord's. So when they are stealing, we dare not go to them. After all, God is the one who is on the battlefield. How many of us allow ourselves to be cajoled and be lampooned and manipulated and made so malleable by these so-called spirits? That is why our TV has nothing but so-called spiritualists who are selling nothing but non-existent wealth. Our children are now slaughtering each other, taking them to juju people to show them how they will be rich. In my days, at their age, my interest was how to bath properly and how to go and read and pass my papers. Today, they are looking for money. There are betting centers all over the place. It's a country of bet masters. As it stands right now, Ghana is the most indebted country in Africa. Yet we say we are the gateway to Africa. To God be the glory. My name Blakk RASTA is the Black Pot. We are live on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Black Empire Media. Please subscribe to this channel. Hit on the bell, which is the notification button. And make sure that you win souls for patriotism. Win souls for the nation. Win souls, my brother, my sister, for the mindset. When you win one soul today for patriotism and the mindset, you are winning more than 1 million souls for your own child that is unborn. And if they are born already, it shall go into their credit. If the nation gets better, American people will not insult us at the embassies. We won't need to be in another man's land and we are treated like idiots. People would not slap us left, right, and center, and we have no right, because when we cough, they will ask us, where is your paper? To show that you are supposed to be in this country. How many of us live abroad, and people are treating us so badly, yet we cannot cough because we have no paper? I had a friend who traveled over 22 years ago to Italy. He's in Milano. My brother, my sister, his father died. He couldn't come home. He loved his father because he didn't have papers. He said, if I come home, Blakk RASTA, I can't come back. And I asked him, why do you want to come back? Because I'm still hustling. For 22 years, he has been hustling. He's never been able to get what he wants. 22 years, he's still on the battlefield. In no time, the mother also died. He cried and cried and cried. He said, oh, mama. Mama, you took care of me. I came out here to be able to work so that I'll come home and take care of you. Today you are gone. Why am I still here? If I get all the money in the world and bring it home, who am I giving it to? Mama, you are waiting for me to come home and get married. So you hold my baby in your hand and say, tu gbavi, tu gbavi. But today you are gone. So I asked him, so are you coming home now? He said, I can't come home because if I come home, I can't come back. Why do you want to come back? The people for who you said you were going to hustle are gone. Why are you still there? He shook his head. Tears started running down his face. He said, I am a slave. He said, I'm a slave. Tears ran down his eyes. In fact, I was caught in the euphoria. I also shed tears. Sometimes you're staying in one kind of environment and taking shame makes you a slave. Step out. Don't fear. Come out of it. Let whatever would happen would happen. My brother, my sister, there are so many people who would have done better in this country. But because they programmed their minds that it is only in the white man's country that they can do best, they have decided to remain there forever, suffering. People are beating them. They can't say anything because they have no paper. Some of them are married to some old white women who are even older than their great-grandmothers. They are with them, and they have become nursing boys taking care of old women they claim they are their wives. All because of the paper. And when they get the paper and they come home, they realize they have wasted all their time there. My brother, let's make our nation the nation that we want to see. If it's America that we want, let's make Ghana America. If it's Japan we want, let's make Ghana Japan. We have everything it takes. The gold and the diamond. What we don't have is leaders with common sense. Let's clear out all these foolish leaders. Cut them off. Feed them to the jackals. And lead our country properly. My brother, that is what we need right now. It's too long. We all have been sitting down. Some people would describe this as a talk shop. But to God be the glory. Even if it's one person who is listening. If it's one person who has been touched by this message. To change his lifestyle. And to be able to rewire his mind. We have succeeded in the eyes of the Most High Jah, who has sent us to give out this message. We have been tied to the girdles of poverty. All because we have refused to move into wealth. My brother, my sister, it is time for us to change the face of our country. Nobody is bigger than the truth. Whoever is misbehaving, push them aside and let us move into our destinies. Or else, dirty old men and women will continue to block our destinies. And by the time our children grow up, they will inherit nothing but abject poverty and foolishness. Nothingness. To God be the glory, brethren. Today we have 5 issues we're going to look at. I pray that you open up your mind, devoid of all political underpinnings and undertones, and listen to the voice of the Most High God speaking through I. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushono. We want to say thank you so much to Is It. Is It simply means in spirit, in truth. Now, if your regular social media platform, yes, is so disappointing, racism, nudity, and also, violence, please jump ships and come over to Is It. Built by Ghanaian engineers in America. It is so positive. Oh yes, positive-minded people. They are powerful algorithms that remove anything negative before it even pops up. And the other thing is this. With Is It, you can go live. You can make video and audio calls. And you can text. With Is It, it's crystal clear. Connect with family and friends and make great memories. Crystal clear. And it's so easy to be part of Is It. Please download the app from Google Play and App Store, and you are good to go. My name is Blakk RASTA. I want to say thank you so much. We also want to have your product on this show so we can advertise it as well. Yes, you make some little money. We make some little money. We'll be able to improve on our lives and also be able to push the African agenda. With or without that, we shall still move on. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and my name, Blakk RASTA. First story, my youth. Drop it. Watch it. Hey, he says what? Wagner backs terrorists in Ghana. How many people know about Wagner? Wagner is coming all the way from Russia. PMC Wagner Group Come here. PMC Wagner Group, we've taken time to talk about Wagner, how it all started and where it has reached. I do not want to sound like a broken record. So today I'm not going to go too deep into it. But this is supposed to be a private Russian military wing, my brother, my sister, that has also been recognized by Russia. And Russia sometimes uses Wagner to do things for the state of Russia. My brother, my sister, today Wagner is all over West Africa. We saw Wagner in Mali. We saw Wagner, my brother, my sister, even in Burkina Faso. We heard how Nana AKUFO-ADDO, the president of this nation, went all the way to America, and like that house nigger that he is, he told the Americans, oh, you know what? There's this group known as Wagner. In fact, they are mercenaries. And they are hopping around our border, the northernmost border with Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso has allowed them to come in, and they are mining to take care of themselves. We know that soon they would enter our country and disturb us. Americans, please help us. We all heard that, right? My brother, my sister, Wagner is in Ghana. Wagner is in Ghana. Who is this man? Watch his face properly. This man is a Russian. This man here is a member of Wagner. My brother, my sister, he is the leader. The late Yevgeny Prigozhin. We all remember him, right? Remember he died in a plane crash? Do you all remember him? We even told you his history, how he came to be the leader of Wagner. Watch this. It says how 5 Ghanaians behind pro-Wagner propaganda were arrested by police. Hey, did you see that? Listen, 5 Ghanaians are in police grips since August this year and have since made an appearance in court where they were charged with planning to overthrow the government and destabilizing the peace. Hallelujah. Kaya jeme. Noko ye jeme. Ha! Noko ye jeme. The arrest took place on August 14, 2021. And was related to a protest organized by a pro-Russian outfit led by one Michael ASENSO, the administrator of Mikado News, a Facebook blog with 1.5 thousand followers that publishes pro-Russian content. Did you hear that? Pro-Russian content. A detailed report by Ghana Fact said he was arrested along with 4 others by the Ghana Police Service for wearing shirts with Wagner inscriptions. And I'll tell you more about these shirts. How did they get the shirts? Who sponsored those Wagner shirts? You'll get to know. Watch this. The report added that their investigations pointed to the fact that the said protest happened on August 13 at Diabene Park in Takoradi. How many people know Diabene Park? At Diabene Secondary School, right? Now, the capital of the western region of Ghana is what? Takoradi, right? Watch this. In attendance at the rally were young people, with some holding placards with various inscriptions including Biden is a warmonger and long live Russia, and flags of Ghana, Russia, Niger, Mali, and Algeria. The report stated 4 days later, on August 18, 2023, Michael ASENSO and the 4 others were granted bail and scheduled to appear in court on October the 3rd, 2023. The Ghana Fact Report points to the work of ASENSO and others in pushing a pro-Russia view as part of a shadowy campaign believed to be in the wider interest of Russian mercenary group Wagner. Come here! Hey! Watch me. Operational tactics in Ghana. And this is important. This is the original information. On the Telegram pages, and you know what Telegram is. It's a Russian form of WhatsApp, which so many people are moving up to because they realize that WhatsApp is a little oppressive, right? On the Telegram pages, Ghana Fact discovered details of the operational procedures of the network. The pages are used as the source of disseminating information, which implies that any information posted on the pages is subsequently replicated on other media, including Twitter and Facebook. Come here, my lord. Watch me. Watch me. For instance, a post about Blakk, the member of parliament for North Tongue, shared on the AKUFO-ADDO channel, has been reshared multiple times on X, that's Twitter. Also on August 7, a flyer for a protest dubbed the West African Freedom Rally was posted on the DD Geopolitics Telegram channel, and within 24 hours, it was amplified across other online media platforms. Here. The poster had details such as date, venue, time, and guests from the two major political parties in Ghana. Wow. And watch this. Mr. Kwame, Sir Obed Amponsang, Mr. Ernest Asumeni, Madam Akita, Madam Ernestina Amofa from the New Patriotic Party NPP, and Madam Akosua-Yaboah from the National Democratic Congress. These are the people mentioned there. Ghana Fact also found links to podcasts and Twitter space conversations where plans ahead of the pro-Russian, pro-Wagner protest in Ghana were discussed together with issues relating to logistics for their operations in Ghana. Watch this. Through our investigations, the team identified the local point men of the Ghana project. Michael Asiedu, the administrator of Mikado News, a Facebook blog with 1.5k followers that publishes pro-Russian content. As part of plans to organize the pro-Russian, pro-Wagner protests, 3 online events in the form of podcasts and Twitter spaces were organized on the 5th, the 10th, the 12th of August 2023. This is intelligence. Following the people, every move. Now, the 5th of August meeting was held on TNT Radio, a radio podcast program detailing the initial planning stages. Amongst the issues discussed were the proposed venue, that's the Independence Square, expecting a turnout of at least 1,000 people. Funding, they were looking at crowd funding and political backing. The show host, Oxy Kusak, revealed that the Russian embassy had been informed about the planned protest but did not want to be involved in its organization. My brother, when you read it, you realize that the Russians paid about 50,000 Ghana cedis to them to be able to make 1,000 t-shirts. So the 1,000 t-shirts were worn by some of the members. They were expecting at least 1,000 members to come out for the protest. My brother, my sister, so what is Blakk Rasta saying about this? Ghana is not interested in any coup. And that is where it is. Protest funding in Ghana. And when you read it, you will see more money pumped into such organizations. My brother, so many people have supported Russia in Ghana. From people that we respect so much to people we have no respect for. Today, this could be the beginning of a terrorist group. If we have our people in a nation that are ready to destabilize the country, all because another country is supporting it, my brother, my sister, it means that we are in trouble. We know that AKUFO-ADDO is not doing well. We know that his government is the most useless government we have seen. And we know that during his regime, more people have run out of Ghana than those who have stayed. But my brother, my sister, we still prefer to remove dirty governments by the ballot and not by the gun. These are the initial members of the group. Young men recruiting more people to join. According to the write-up, they were targeting the removal of the government. My brother, my sister, we know what is happening in Niger. They have their freedom in one way or the other. Their history is different from our history, politically. They went through a lot of francophone thievery. Their own people, leaders, were also thieves. In our country, when we chased out England, it ended there. We took our own countries and our own economies. And if we have flopped, we have to blame it on us. We have to blame ourselves. Wagner is a mercenary Russian group. You know why I cannot support Wagner? Wagner, my brother, my sister, in Russia, is forcing black people into this mercenary group without their consent. Prisoners are pushed in there. And when they go to war and they are shot and killed, my brother, my sister, especially in Ukraine, they call their families and send their bodies to them. No Russian authorities follow the dead bodies. Listen to this. In Russia, black people who are looking for their papers, and they have been in that country for ages, some of them students who are no longer able to pay their fees, Wagner tells them, if you join us and go to war in Ukraine, go to war in Mali, go to war here, when you return, we shall give you full scholarship. We shall also make you a citizen of Russia. A lot of them join with very little training. They are butchered and killed in battle. That's what Russia is doing with Wagner. We have carried this story before. We told you how many black Africans were forced into Wagner and how they ended up killed for nothing. Prisoners, black prisoners, African prisoners are told, if you join Wagner and we take you to war, when you return, all your prison sentence will be wiped out. A lot of them agree. They are shot and killed. Little or no training. My brother, my sister, much as we are not happy with our country, we do not want another country to come and usurp the people of this nation. That will be another slavery. If any country aids any group of people in this country to oust any government and take over, that country is going to control that group. We do not want that. I've seen a lot of these pro-Russian blah 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 groups all over. Some of them inviting you, come and join. We know how you feel about this and that. Come. At the end of the day, 50,000 Ghana cedis. Go and print T-shirts. Even the Russian government says, please, we don't want to be part of it. But they have a way of pushing one or two people to go in the name of not Russia, but in the name of Russia. We have to be careful, brethren, or else we are selling our motherland back into slavery. To God be the glory. Dash it out. Next story. Next story we're going to look at, and it's going to be very quick and fast. Why? ASENSO BOAKYE destroyed my relationship with AKUFO-ADDO. And this is Kennedy Japan speaking. Who is Kennedy Japan? That's him. This man. Today I said it on radio, and it's been captured everywhere. He's been anointed. And he's moving like a raging fire. No water can quench this fire. And what is the anointing for? To destroy his own party, the NPP. Kyiri Japan is a self-made rich man. He's a loose talker. He's the king of blackmail. He will blackmail you Look, his only power is not wisdom. It is blackmail. Hey! Uno come out some no. Anka uni pictures kra mi wa uni aponchi ada kra anka. Anka be komo ho. Nwini say yi. Ha! Mi na uni mi dia agro no. Anka uni ma dia mi di be ye okra anka wa dwane kra hwe no. Na no ma uni ekua mansa ba no ekodaye no mi wa hu pictures and the videos. If you joke with me, I swear to God, I'm going to publish it. He's the king of blackmail, this man. Nobody is bigger than the truth. Sometimes when he speaks, you find patriotic undertones inside him. When you go deeper into him, it's pure selfishness. Other times, he seems to, sometimes I even believe he's a psycho. Sometimes I believe he's a psycho. Bipolar or something. Sometimes. That's what I think. But because I'm not a doctor, I just stay back. Hey! This man can disappoint you from morning till night. Because things that he does, you will be so engrossed. You want to be with him because he's a soldier. The next moment, he spoils everything. ASENSO BOAKYE was my mate at the University of Science and Technology, the same hall, in this hall. We used to call him Kabila. He knows me too well. Last year I met him at the airport. I think he was going to the United States, and they were ushering him into the VIP. I looked at myself and said, hey, Randy Yankofon. I was happy because these were the people who were following the NPP even whilst in school. I have a lot of respect for him. He has been able to rise into the echelons of power, and I don't envy him. When he was running after political parties, no, I was running in the bush for Rastafari. I was playing reggae music and skanking to the Kuchoko rhythm. And he invested his time in politics. So if politics is paying off for him, who am I to be envious of him? This is ASENSO BOAKYE, a.k.a. Kabila. The other day I told him I want to meet with the president. He asked me, oh, good. What do you want to meet him for? And what I told him, he didn't get back to me. I said, I'm going to meet the president and insult him. He said, eh? I said, I'm going to meet him and insult him in his face. We both laughed. And then he decided not to call me again. He knew like joke. He would arrange the meeting between me and the president. And upon meeting the president, first thing I said, Nana AKUFO-ADDO, why are you such a shameless crook? You came into this country and told us that there was money we're sitting on. But because of bad leadership, we couldn't make use of the money. You were coming with good leadership. Is that a good leadership? So I didn't blame him. I love him. But today it's not about me. Neither is it about ASENSO BOAKYE, a.k.a. Kabila. It is about something that we all need to watch. Run the story, my youth. Hey! AKUFO-ADDO shocked. I haven't received any contract since 2021. You know what he's talking about? ASENSO BOAKYE is the Minister of Works and Housing. A lot of the contracts passed there. You remember there was a whole bank dedicated to that? Bank of Housing and Construction. If you hear contract, 99% of it all is coming from works and housing. So ASENSO BOAKYE is a powerful guy. If I were one of those, this was my mate at the university. It's just a matter of telling him, yo, boss, you know what? Give me contracts. And the contracts will flow. Wow. I'll buy a private jet, fly around the world, and one day crash there and die, and that ends the story. Is that what you want? Or you want a legacy that will stand firm with your nation? These are my brethren. I know them like I know my palm. Like that. But I don't go to them. I don't ask them for anything. If anything at all, I will ask them to look at the bigger picture. So when I'm talking, I'm not afraid of, oh, if I say this, they won't give me contract. Oh, if I say that, the other contract will promise me, no, I don't get to. That be, keep your contract. New Patriotic Party MPP flag bearer aspirant Kyiri Abosom has disclosed not having received a government contract since 2021. For only 2 years you are crying. How about those more qualified than you who have not received contract for 20 years? AGYAPONG has been severally accused by party insiders of benefiting from government contracts. But that he blasts the government when he is unhappy. He, however, stated in an interview on Kesben TV on September 28 that he came close to getting only one contract with the Energy Ministry, which process was cancelled at a point. Can I tell you something? Listen, if you get 200 contracts with this government, Kyiri Abosom needs only one contract, and it's 100 times more than the 100 contracts you have had. Or go and do the contracts that you get 500,000 Ghana cedis from, 1 million Ghana cedis from. They go for the kill. 4 million American dollars is the least. They go for contracts that are close to 1 billion American dollars and more. There was a time Kyiri Abosom was crying all over the place that his party was in power and he couldn't get contracts. Yet he was spending so much money sponsoring his party, buying cars for the party. His wife had more contracts than him. And for that matter, he was angry and ranting. This is your next president. Go to the last paragraph. Those going around that Kyiri Abosom has been given contracts. I met the president and told him that from 2021, all that I have done for the NPP, I haven't gotten any contract. He said, what? You see, all that I have done. Ask Napo. Even at the Energy Ministry, where I am strong as Ghana Gas Board Chair, I was given a contract that was torpedoed at the Central Tender Review Committee. He lamented. He reiterated that he is the subject of intimidation, blocking of his businesses and everything. I have kept quiet. I insist that since we came into power, ask Napo, when I met the old man and told him, he was shocked. This is Napo, Minister of Energy. That is another block-headed guy, this guy. He was the one who said that AKUFO-ADDO has done better than Kwame Nkrumah when it comes to education in Ghana. And I asked, did AKUFO-ADDO ever remove money from his pocket to build a school? Nkrumah did that in 1949. Ghana National, Cape Coast. Before Ghana became Ghana. Hey, these people are so ungrateful. But my brother, you know why I chose this story? The king of blackmail. Look at what Kyiri Abosom says he's going to do to ASENSO BOAKYE. Why Kyiri Abosom has threatened to deal with ASENSO BOAKYE. You see? You see? He said ASENSO BOAKYE is supporting Kyiri Abosom. I beg your pardon, Bawumia, and wants Bawumia to win. But he also said that ASENSO BOAKYE said that Bawumia cannot beat Mahama. But after Mahama has been there for 4 years, Bawumia would gain grounds and come and win. ASENSO BOAKYE said it's a lie. But he didn't mention ASENSO BOAKYE's name. What did he say? He said a certain Bantama minister. But ASENSO is the only Bantama minister in this government. So he took it personal and said, forget about those blatant lies. Political, puerile remarks. My God. He loves to use heavy words, right? That is the power of the technocrats. My brother. And Kyiri Abosom got angry. He got angry. What did Kyiri Abosom say? Look at the last paragraph. During a conversation with the hosts, Kyiri Abosom implied that ASENSO BOAKYE had stayed at a friend's house in Adenta, suggesting that he possessed information that could be used against the minister if necessary. Let's look at how the questions were asked. The host asks, the minister is in Bantama. Who is it? And Japan said, I won't tell you. But if he has accepted it, so be it. The host came again. Honorable, we are on national TV. Is it ASENSO or not? And Japan said, yes, we are on national TV. I mean that he is nobody for me to defend him. But I'm advising him, if he wants to attack people, he should try Kyiri Abosom. Because if he does, I will explain to him. He was staying, that's the part that is most interesting to me. He was staying at my friend David Enim's house at Adenta. If he doesn't want trouble for himself, he should keep quiet. You see that he has exposed himself. As he said, I assumed, when you played the video, is that how it is? A minister from Bantama. Yes, a minister from Bantama. Why? Didn't he call to ask me about what I was saying? Does he know the protection I have given to him? If he dares me, I will embarrass him. Because the first problem I had with President AKUFO-ADDO is because of ASENSO BOAKYE. So you see our headline. You see? You see? If he jokes, what I will do to him, If you are not clean, don't come and try Kyiri Abosom. If he likes, he should make a mistake. Dash. So this is the king of blackmail. You want to be president. If you think the information you have will help the bigger picture of Ghana, why don't you reveal it? You are rather using it to blackmail other people. You are a coward. With all the noise. Hey, mikuta information be. Mikuta information be. We are made release information. No. I will have who say we are kutreba. Blackmail. Pure blackmail. Do we want a blackmailer president? Look, all that Kyiri Abosom does, he claims Anas is a blackmailer. He's a worst blackmailer. If anybody is scared of Kyiri Abosom, it's because of blackmail. What else? On board you. On to Tupaye. On to Jai. On Chauti. He's only looking for information that will embarrass you. Is that how the nation can develop? Is that how the nation can develop? This is little girls' argument. Mansani Joyce. Mwanta kwabi. Say na no catch am say o boy no kra ba ano oni we say and o ye o say meka kokonsa. My name Blakk RASTA. I have a quote for you on blackmailing and blackmailers. When we return, we have more. We would also be reading your messages. Hey! Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shoneman. Here we speak truth to power. Next story. Quick. Yeah. That's what it is in the service of God and country. Russia activates free visa for Africa. Now, Russia says anybody from Africa who wants to come to Russia, there's a free visa. Is it true? It's one of the most beautiful countries in the world. A lot of Ghanaians have gone there to study. Nkrumah was very good friends with Russia during the Cold War. It was one of the reasons Ghana even suffered more from the hands of America, and Nkrumah had to be removed because America believed that Nkrumah was pro-Russia. This is the president of Russia. Run the story. Russia plans visa-free regime with African countries. Wow. Earlier, I tried to tease this story. African prisoners in Russian jailhouses are pushed into Wagner to risk their lives for Russian citizenship, for Russian residences, and for Russian scholarships. A lot of them returned home in coffins, caskets, cold like ice. Hey, Irade, I never knew a time would come when Africans would go and face the powder, all because they do not want to return to Africa. Hey, Irade AGYAPONG, OALP. I told you the other day, I was on a plane with Asem coming from Holland. And there was a man, a young man, who was being returned to Ghana. He had been in the United States for about 6-7 years. No papers. He was caught doing something wrong. They asked him for his papers, no papers, so were deporting him on the plane. My God. It was like they were taking him to hell. Hey, yeah, this plane is going to crash. Everybody's going to die. He would wait when everybody was dozing and sleeping. He would scream. And when the air hostesses were bringing him food, he would slap the food into their faces and say, "Get out of here. You were all sitting here for them to deport me." And he even cursed everybody on the plane. All of you sitting in this plane, if you don't tell these homosexual American police to send me back to America, the plane will crash. We all will die. My brother, he preferred to die as opposed to going back to Africa. And then, today Russia says it's going to give you free visa. Audibra. Russia claims to be pursuing an integrative multipolar relations with friendly African countries around the world. In fact, friendly countries across the world, including those in Africa. But Russia is still not a popular holiday destination for Africans' political elites, corporate business leaders, and middle class. The politicians and corporate business leaders highly prefer to spend their vacation in the United States and Europe. Some Asian destinations are increasingly becoming their preferential choice. That trend is unlikely to change. It will remain as such for the next decades. After the first symbolic Russia-Africa summit in the Black Sea city of Sochi in October 2019, both Russia and Africa adopted a joint declaration. In fact, a comprehensive document which outlines various parameters for uplifting cooperation into a new qualitative stage. In order to boost effective economic interest and to foster cooperation, frequent interaction is therefore necessary. The frequency of interaction should not only be established during summits, but some basic strategic steps and measures are necessary to encourage simply holiday travels to both regions. So it's a long write-up. But that's why I'm here. I'll read everything and break it down for you. Watch me. So Russia is now going to allow you to come on. My brother, one of the reasons is that Russia is increasingly becoming an enemy to the West. Russia is losing friendship ties with its greatest friends. All because of the Russia-Ukraine war and even more. And there is a competition for Africa. Don't let us fool ourselves. If we were that bad, America would not be running here crying to be friends with us. If we were that bad, France would not say, we will not leave. When Francophone countries are chasing her out. If we were useless, they will not organize summits for us night and day because they want accepting collaboration with us. Listen, the world without Africa is dead and useless. All the things they produce, this is the biggest market for them. We run Gothisburg economies. We produce to feed their factories. And they turn that into big businesses and give to us for our cash and our mineral resources. So if we are not there, they are finished. 90% of all the mineral resources in the world, the most important ones, are right here in Africa. So Russia is not doing Africa a favor by coming to say, oh, now you can enter for free. Please let us earn it. Don't let it look like a favor. Let Africans earn it. How do we earn it? By Russia coming to say, oh, Ghana, you can now come to Russia for free. I say, no. Charlie, me walk Mexico. They say, oh, yeah, America. Oh, me what tamale ko. Charlie, tamale. Charlie, person me call tamale. Like in South Africa. Go and hold American visas in South Africa. That you are looking for South Africans together. They will look at you and pass by and say, kwere, kwere. You know what it means to say kwere, kwere? Find out. That's what it is. If you hold American visas in South Africa and people are running for them and taking them, then they are not South Africans. They are Zimbabweans, Ghanaians, Nigerians, and some other such people. The average South African is satisfied with South Africa. What is in America that is not in South Africa? If it's winter, they have winter too. Please, I'm going to close on this message. Let us earn it. If it's Russia we want to see, let us make Ghana Russia. If it's America we want to see, let's make Nigeria America. Let's all try and tell ourselves that if I'm flying to America, then it's because there's no snow in Nigeria. So I'm going to look at snow and come back. If I'm going to China, it's because I've missed the language. Then I want to go and listen to it and come back. Like they do. When they are coming from America, most of them come for two reasons. Tourism and business. And even the tourism, there's the bad side of it. Pedophilia, sex tourism. If the American can tell you he's just coming to look at animals and go away, then I'm also going to look at snow and come back. Can we reach that level? To God be the glory. It's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushunomo. When we return, we'll be taking your message. Remember, we are also live on Facebook. Live. Super. And our Facebook channel is Black Empire Media. When we return, we got more. Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot. Coco show man.
This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, and here we speak truth to power. May we hear from you. All right. So Francis Ampim says, good evening, Black Rasta. Thank you for the good news for Mother Ghana and Africa. And it's all about the truth. No one is bigger than the truth. Henyo Raphael says, good evening, Black Rasta, my brother. Strength and good health I wish for you. May you live to see your third generation. Big up, my brother. Blessed love. Benjamin Kwanzaa says, this is the Black Pot. Black Rasta, please, on behalf of the Black Empire family, what advice would you give to Honorable Kennedy Agyapong if you were to meet him personally? I would tell him it's not a presidential material. He will be angry and insult my mother and father, but that's okay. You are not a presidential material, but left to Bawumia alone, you be president. And I also tell him, you have a very good side. You are working according to your anointing to disintegrate this NPP party. Go ahead. God bless you. Now, Bon Pyramid says, good evening, Black Rasta. The thing about smart people is that they seem like crazy people to dump people. Keep the fire burning. I am watching you live from the countryside of Tumu. Ere Nandong. Henyo Raphael says, I love your preaching, my brother. Bless the love, Henyo Raphael. How's Tina Ray doing? Timothy Zuri says, Black Rasta greetings. Bantasi Abdul Latif says, Salamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Kaifa haluk, ya Abdul Latif. Black Rasta, I'm watching you from Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. Black, keep the fire blazing. Wayo. Henyo Raphael says, I will forever listen to you, Black Rasta. Blessed love. I appreciate that. Almar Abdul Rahman says, watching you live from Saudi Arabia, Black Rasta. Blessed love. Timothy Zuri says, Black Rasta, our leaders' brains need rewiring seriously. I agree with you. Fenway Inks says, come here, run the rhythm, my youth. Much love, Black Rasta. Petrina O2 says, greetings, Black Rasta. Oyo. Rap Thunder says, legendary Black. Thanks for the big advice at the beginning of today's Black Pot. Blessed love, my brethren. Amar Abdurrahman says, Black Rasta, tell Bawumia he will never be the president of Ghana. Maybe one day when he changes. But for now, let him rest with Satan. Yes. Rap Thunder says, I never see a prophet. But inshallah, you are the prophet of our generation. May Allah guide and protect you for us. Amen. Well, I bless you. I honor you, my brother. Thanks so much. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Islam, and you mention prophet, people take it very, very seriously. But the ordinary meaning of a prophet in the English dictionary, no religion attached to it, it's somebody who sees the future and looks into the future. Right? Benjamin Achu says, word. And this is Facebook. Tom Poe says, I love that. King of blackmailing is here. Yes, the king of blackmail. Eja Kwame says, I don't think Kennedy is mentally fit to be a president. Tim's Bookman says, wisdom is pouring out here. Abanga Abdullah says, the Salaga soldier. The North is proud of you, bro. I want to be like you when I grow up. I want to be giving fire like you. More fire. Come here. Next story. I like those phrases. Abanga monitoring live from northern Ghana. Blessed love, Abanga. Let your heart beat for the nation and beat for the people. Naturally, you will tag along. That's all. Tom Poe says, Black, be very careful because that Kennedy guy can blackmail you as well. And also show your picture on his television station to your enemy to deal with you because be careful. We don't want to hear another star story from Ghana journalism. Please, I understand you, and I take your piece of advice very well. But brethren, if because a man can blackmail me and destroy me, I have to sit on the truth, how's that gallant? No, sir. What's my life for? The life of a coward? No, sir. Abdul Rahman says, right now I feel so ashamed being a Ghanaian. And it's all due to Adodi, the bad government, and the thievery. Nkrumah and Co. would be uncomfortable in their grace right now. For you born these dirty politicians from Rahman in Tamale. Rahman, Ghana shall prosper. It's the Blackpots. Keep your messages coming in. We shall take a second batch of messages. Next story, my youths. Come here. Libya floods. Technical aid, not freebies. Do you all remember when we all were running to Libya by deserts? Hey, some of us were dying. Others were being shot by Tuaregs. My brother, Libya under Muammar Gaddafi was like heaven. There was oil money. The Jamahirian People's Republic of Libya. There was a terrible flood last week, and several people lost their lives. Look at the cities. Look at water all over the place. So many people died. Cars were thrown everywhere. My brother, buildings collapsed. Human beings died, all because of the floods. But listen to what Libya is saying. And this is from the BBC, republished by Ghana Web. He says, we prefer to accept technical aid. And that's the Libyan minister. A week after catastrophic floods ravaged Derna, rescue teams are still pulling out dead bodies from ruined buildings and the sea. The interior minister of the self-proclaimed Eastern administration, Esam Abu Zariba, has told the BBC that while they accept all types of aid, at the moment, they prefer technical aid. That's it. My brother, the Libyans say, please, we don't want food. We don't want alkama, wheat. Neither are we looking for milk powder. We have it. All we want is technical aid. When I was lecturing in some universities in America, I made it so clear. If Africa can exchange some of its mineral resources for scientific innovation and knowledge, development will never run away from Africa. The West is known for scientific development, right? We taught them. So instead of taking money for our dirty leaders to blow, let's have a barter. You know what? We want you to teach 200,000 people how to fly to the moon and build a space station in Ghana. We shall give you X amount of gold and diamond. But no. May, June, 1 ton of gold went for X amount of dollars, and Ghana made this amount of dollars. You only hear the name of the dollars. But what the dollars do here, we don't see. Now we are the people who owe most in the whole of Africa. Libya, we love you, we appreciate you. They say, keep your alkama, your wheat. Keep it and keep your milk powder. What we need is technical aid. When will Ghana say that? When Kamala Harris came here, our president was begging for money. When she was signing a check, he stood there like a little schoolboy, waiting for trying to find out how much is she signing. Come here! Think say you day wise. Next story, my youth. This is the last story, right? This one we're going to spend just about 5 minutes on that. 5 minutes will be too much. What is his name? Kyiri Abosom demands cash first. Money in a hand, back for ground. This is the man. He's called Osofo Andrews. Recently, he told everybody that there's no place like heaven. There's no heaven. When you die, and you become a spirit and then be wandering around. So he has told his church members that those of them who think that there's some heaven somewhere where there's milk and honey, there's nothing like that. Kyiri Abosom. He has a TV station. He's quite wealthy. In the days of Jesus, Jesus will be looking for him to whip him in the synagogue. Those who turn the synagogue into a marketplace is one of them. He's an Nkrumah. He loves Nkrumah. But his other side is nothing but whip deserving from Jesus Christ. I paid people to dismantle their deities to gain popularity. Yeah, slay king. Watch. The founder of the Life Assembly Worship Center, Christian Kwabena Andrews, who is popularly called Osofo Kyiri Abosom, has disclosed that he currently charges hard cash to dismantle deities for people. The Ghanaian priest and politician rose to fame by dismantling deities for people who represented as accepted Christianity, who repented and accepted Christianity. But he says previously he did it at a financial cost to himself. That's it. So when you read the story, it's a very short one. He said he used to move from shrine to shrine, dismantling those shrines, and he will give them 5,000 Ghana cedis each, to continue with their life. But now that he's gained the popularity that he wants, if you want him to come and destroy your deity for you, you have to pay him. I thought they said freely you got and freely you have to give. He says, you will see the deity there. You are suffering from it. The deity is killing you. He has the power to dismantle it. Money first. What kind of Christianity is this? What kind of Christianity is this? Do you think this would encourage people to become Christians? Anyway, my brother, I want to say thank you so much. You just had some technical hitch. I apologize for that. All right, so that's it. We are ended. Please, this cannot bring people to Christianity. Let's be careful. Time now to go. Unfortunately, I cannot read your messages. See if we can read one message before we go. All right. Producer says we can't read messages because we're having some technical issues. The electricity is dancing as on toe. I apologize for that. I'm going to catch you again tomorrow between 5 and 6. Until then, hey, wayo!